this is, I would say, gangster Wasipur on hard drugs.
Recently, like there was a set that I visited, and I just saw this massive dream being sort of coming to life. And I
Which
think
set?
Project K.
Of
And I saw the vision of what they're trying to achieve. I saw the scale at which they were trying to achieve it. And for the first time in my life, I was like, that superstardom means you can greenlight any dream.
Let's take the example of Rajnikant. You know, people really love him, not his characters.
Agreed.
But then a lot of, like particularly me, I know that people love my characters. They don't love me so much. But then if it can get to a level where they love you also, like how they love a superstar, but they also love your characters, then that's both, right? And it's much harder to achieve.
He actually kind of is the nepotistic son.
I am.
Carrying forward.
Represent.
You are flag bearer of nepotism.
Yes. But nobody has a problem with it because they don't aspire to be a gangster. That's why they're not trolling you on Twitter.
Yeah, not yet.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guests today are extremely talented. They are also the men who have made fearless choices always, and they continue to do so. Of course, the very talented gang of Gulaabs and Guns. Hello.
Yeah, we're the sales and marketing cartel of Gulaabs.
I watched some of the episodes, and it gives me a very our Gangs of Wasipur vibes, and it's never a bad vibe to have.
It's a good comparison, why not?
Yeah, it is. Because of the milieu and the characters and of course the feel of it. I want your comments on that. What do you think about? What do you think of this
Probably
comparison?
like a very unrealistic, over-the-top Gangs of Wasipur, because Gangs of Wasipur was very much set in reality.
That is true.
And the characters were set in reality, but I think Raj and DK is, if they were to make something like that, then the volume is going to go up and there's some fantasy element to it. So yeah.
I like that. What about you, Raj? You're closely related to both.
Yeah, I've been a part of both. Gangster Wasipur, of course, is a cult. It's got a massive fan following. And if somebody says it reminds them of Gangster Wasipur, it's not a bad compliment at all.
Cannot be.
But I think as Gulshan said, this is, I would say, Gangster Wasipur on hard drugs.
Ooh.
Wasipur itself was on drugs. This is even harder drugs. Nice.
Also, maybe all the letter writing you've been doing, you get a reminiscent of Nawaz and Humaz and the little cute love story, which is, again, a good thing. You had fun doing that? You being the shy person passing on love letters?
Yeah, of course. Why not? I've done that in life also. Not through someone, of course, directly. But letter writing was such an important part of romantic relationships in 90s. Because there were only landlines available where, of course, families were involved in landlines. So all you do is you write letters. And I've done that a lot. And it's beautiful because you keep those letters for years. And there's so much romance because somebody has made an effort writing those letters, thinking about this line and this अच्छा नहीं है, अच्छी नहीं है, कुछ और सोचती हूँ या सोचता हूँ. I think it's a beautiful, there's so much of romance in it, yeah.
Listen, I bet his love letters were good because he's married to the love of his life. So I'm sure you've written...
name is letter writing, Patra Lekha, so yeah.
Oh, wow, good one, yeah, like killed it. In the show, you will see that you're struggling with it. आपका character काफी struggle कर रहा होता है. मदद मांग रहा होता है.
Yeah, because he's not very good with English and he's in love with an English teacher. Just to impress her, he thought, let me write this in English. Now he can't write it, of course, then he asked someone else to write it. But then he's so stupid, he can't even read it. Yeah. So he has no idea what's in the letter, which he gets to know later, and then he gets bajawed.
But super fun. I want to know, was the letter were you giving inputs during the letter? I mean, he wrote it with a song, but were you giving inputs considering the expert was there?
No, because of course the way it was written was like he would give that responsibility to a bright kid from the school who is her student. And he's also Shana. Not like he can write letters, he just listens to one great English song and just copies that. And people think, oh wow, such amazing, there's so much deep conversation happening there. But he's just copying it from a song. So yeah, Tipu had no involvement in telling him what to write.
Did Raj have?
No, Raj also didn't have.
No, Raj didn't have?
The other Raj had.
Well, Adarsh, I'm going to make a funny comment. Unlike how he is in real life and how his journey has been, he actually kind of is the nepotistic son.
I am.
Carrying forward.
Represent.
You are flag bearer of nepotism.
Yes. But nobody has a problem with it because they don't aspire to be a gangster.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's why they're not trolling you on Twitter.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet. After the show, we don't know. But no, it is true. You are that little spoiled son who's, spoiled in the sense like you have the privilege of the getting all the information on how to be the perfect gangster.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy doing that? Of course.
I really enjoyed it because I had no idea what it feels to be that.
Exactly. बहुत मेहनत करके एक्टर बने तो गैंगस्टर फ्री में मिल रहा है तो फिर
I mean, but like all,
विरासत में.
yeah, like you know, like to be driving around in a fancy car and wearing those fancy jackets and like to have so many people work for me and
Somebody feeding you samosas.
yeah, you know, like इतना मेहनत भी नहीं
that
करना है
scene.
कि अपने हाथ से समोसा खाना है.
वो तो इसलिए मैंने कहा कि बिगड़ैल ऐसे फुल होता है ना
Yeah, yeah.
privileged son.
But it's taking it to that extreme, you know. You probably won't see somebody like that.
Yeah.
But then I remember during the scene, I said, "Sir, do you want to do this?" And he said, "Why not? Like let's make it as bizarre as it can." And which is why we made that decision. And yeah, I had so much fun playing.
He is that राजा बेटा जो आप दिखते हो ना जहाँ बोलते हैं मेरा बेटा कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता है फूल सा है. Only that mother missing. There was only one mother missing saying that my son is the best son and the most good-looking son.
I feel if the mother was there, I would have probably been less of an asshole. Like yeah, she would have.
You suddenly make me feel bad now.
No, I mean you know.
For the character.
Yeah, for the character.
She said like that ना अगर माँ होती तो शायद he would have been a better one. You're still a gangster. You get no. No. But good. It was a lot of fun seeing that. And samosa scene यार मतलब वो तो अब क्या बोले someone feeding you samosa is just another thing. It's like grapes has been but samosa has a reference in this show though. More than everybody's offering samosa. He offers samosa when somebody comes in. Someone's giving samosa to somebody.
क्योंकि छोटे शहरों का actually samosa is
and
like a
jalebi.
big delicacy. Yeah.
तो मजा आता है देखने में मुझे भी.
Yeah.
Dulquer, like I said, कि यहाँ पे ये सब चल रहा होता है and your character is the person who just refuses. He will be extremely gentlemanly, but he is being extremely intimidating. उसूलों का पक्का लगता है. Now I don't know. It's a show where usul can change, so you never know. We've not seen too many episodes to say that. So in life you're a little idealistic. How does that work out with you and your character?
I think in life I try to be. But what I liked about the character is he's not all that he seems.
Of course.
He has a bit of a mystery about him. And I don't think any of the characters are predictable on the show.
No, they are not. You have a feeling something's going to go wrong.
As you keep watching, I think, you know, and everybody is pulling the narrative in some direction. So I think towards, you must have seen maybe half. I
Yeah,
think it
the
keeps-
2-3 episodes,
Yeah.
correct.
So I think when I first heard it, that's what I loved about it. I was like, I love that this guy is kind of grey, but on the outset he looks really, you know, polished and
And idealistic.
idealistic and like a family man and all this stuff. And he's coming into this town and almost acting like he's going to clean up this place and all this stuff. So and that's what makes you curious, right? And I think most people are grey. If he was just perfect in that sense, I don't think I would be drawn to do this role.
Like we were just discussing, you've really made sure that you're shooting very less. Making sure you do one. Sita Ramam ke baad, then another, like we were just discussing about that. It's 1 year of Sita Ramam from one love letter.
Love letter.
Being a very important character in Sita Ramam as well to Guns and
That's
Gulaabs.
such a nice letter you wrote on Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like it had to be a letter.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
If only you would have passed that to him, वो तो set हो जाती फिर. The confusion would have not been there. But from there, of course, I remember that your fans still keep hoping that you do romance more, and you told me even last time that, you know, I really want to do different characters. It makes sense when I saw this why you picked this up.
Yeah.
Because you said, I am done being boxed into that. Tell me, is that also why the selection has been there? You're not feeling the need to be seen and do more and just select something and sort of savor it and hope
No,
that you get
not at all.
things like that.
I think I function better. I think my mind space is better when I'm doing a lot of work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this 1 year of doing just this one film has been messing with my head. Like, I'm like, what am I doing, you know? And I love having many releases a year. Because I think this release buzz is what we all work for, right? It's kind of like the culmination of all the months of work you've done. So, no, I'm not happy about this.
You're not happy about this at all?
That I've only done one film. So now, from August onwards, I've like committed everything that's come my way, I think. And I think people expect, also because I'm in so many industries, there's always a gap everywhere I go. So I have to, I think, keep delivering so this gap isn't seen.
But you're choosing Guns over Gulaabs. Let me just put it like that. And which is what you wanted. also.
Even in Guns, there's some romance. I mean, I feel like it's not leaving me. It's going to be there somewhere or the other. And I think now it's become like one requirement. I think every film has to have a nice romance track, however little it is.
So you're okay. You're happy with it, no?
I'm happy. I think also I'm going into the next decade of my life. I can't just survive on this.
Of course. Fair enough. Before I move on to more questions, but quickly, because I always feel towards the end we sort of
Start getting rushed.
hurry up this entire thing, and I definitely want to play this.
Pudiya mein
game.
kya hai? Pudiya
It's
mein kya hai?
very, it's very simple. Okay. One chit has a captain written on it, and there are 3 chits that have rows in it, and there's one gun, and that's the killer and the captain. All you all have to do is pick up one chit. The captain announces that I'm the captain. The captain gets a veto power. I'll tell you about what. And of course, you will have to guess among all of you, minus whoever the captain is, who is the killer. You get to ask 3 questions each to each other. Okay. On the basis of that questions, you all get to decide who is the
Who has got gun?
Yeah. Like that.
Done.
And you have the veto power to change one of the answers.
Is it
So that you
whoever the
win.
captain?
Like for example, let's say he is the killer and you're the captain. Then you have the veto power. Isne bola ki nahi, like if you want to win this, like who wants to be the winner? He says, I think, no, I think Gulshan is the winner according to my look, jaisa behave kar raha hai. You say, you want to make sure that you spoil one of their games. So you say, I veto it and I change your answer to Adarsh. So captain has one advantage
okay.
of basically spoiling their game. Okay, it's an interesting one. It's the game of guns and gulaab.
Uthao.
Please uthao and please be honest. Do not show it to anybody else. And then otherwise the game goes. We are going to play the game of guns and gulaabs. And let's see how this turns out to be. Very simple, like I explained to all of them. You understood the game, very simple. 3 questions each you get to ask each other. And the captain can obviously ask as well. It's not like you can't. Okay, cool. Who's the captain, please? दिखाओ
कप्तान साहब
नहीं बोल रहा है मैंने बोला तो मैं कैप्टन हूंगा
अरे बट यू कैन आई एम जस्ट सेइंग दिखा दो सबको ना कैमरे में दिखा दो
बोल रहा है तो सच ही बोल रहा
सच ही बोल रहा है देयर यू गो कैप्टन विद द रोज congratulations captain
Thank
now
you.
you get to spoil somebody's game and you also get to if you want to start you get to also start your first 3 questions whoever पूछो इन तीनों में से whoever you want to start asking 3 questions
Are you the killer? You got a gun.
No, sir, I'm not.
Look into my eyes and say,
I am not.
are you the killer?
I'm not. I'm
Why are you
definitely.
You're the killer.
Absolutely, man. I am the killer. Like, don't I look like a killer? I'm the killer in the show also. I'm killer now also. And I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. Please
Okay,
believe
now
me.
you guys
Please believe
find
me.
out who's the killer.
Please believe me. Please believe
ठीक
me.
है that's one question you asked so you have decided in your head ना अभी ठीक है I'll ask you towards the end you want to go next
I feel it's Dulquer.
Okay.
Because he was just going to say, I think it's Gulshan who's the killer. He's already so excited to push the blame on somebody. And also, like, as soon as he got the chit, he had like a really big laugh. Like,
Oh,
almost
you
like
thought he was
happy doing it.
You think, and also he was like trying to underplay the fact that he's the killer and like try to cover it up with the
I don't
laugh.
know what he was trying to do with it, but he was very excited. that he
Dulquer,
got-
I'm a man of
here's my
mystery.
first question. Do you think I am the killer?
I most definitely think you are the killer. You were born to play killer, sir.
Okay, so you've already decided. Raj already decided. You want to ask any more questions? You
Who
have your.
according to
You
you is the-
decided who the person is.
I've decided who the person is.
I say
think I
Gulshan.
know who the killer is.
You also know. Okay, so we'll. Do you want to? Now you have the veto power. You want to? If you want to change any of their answers so that
Why do you think
win.
Gulshan is the killer?
I'm just feeling it because I didn't get.
Oh, you're feeling it.
Yeah,
huh?
I didn't get any.
I think it's the air conditioner.
I didn't get any reaction here when he opened the chit. You're captain. So that leaves him. Because I'm not the killer.
You're not the killer.
Ah,
You? Why do you
he's not a
think
killer.
who's the
He's a romantic
He's the
hero.
killer.
He's
Why?
not a killer.
As I said, like he had a big reaction when he opened the chit, and also before anybody said anything, he was going to say, "I think Gulshan is."
But isn't it really predictable?
Yeah, so it's stereotyping Gulshan.
what do you think
I
is
think
the
people are stereotyping Gulshan. Poor thing, yeah.
Who do you think is the
Well,
killer?
it's not stereotyping.
Kidding, I'm kidding.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Say one name.
I don't know.
दो ही लोग हैं एक तो
हाँ,
बोल
तो
दे
I don't know.
No, pick one so he can
गेम तो
veto
खेलना
it.
पड़ेगा ना
You have
बताना
to
पड़ेगा।
say one name.
I think it's Dulquer only because I'm buying into his whole like big reaction thing.
ठीक है, just if you want to win,
But you never know. This Adarsh could
then
be
you
throwing
have
everybody
you tell
out
your
by
answer
doing this.
and then you say कि मैं इसका answer change करूँ किसी और का नाम ताकि ये हार जाए. If you feel whoever you think is your
Okay, I feel
There was
he's
no
the killer.
big reaction from me.
okay.
He's
According to
created
you,
the
you
story.
think Adarsh is the killer. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you want to change anybody's answer so that you win?
I said Gulshan.
You said Gulshan. You also said Gulshan.
No, I'm saying him.
You're saying him.
Yeah.
You know, veto any of our answers.
Adarsh seems very confident. I am also
You
now
said Dulquer.
diverting.
Adarsh written a whole script about
Doubt हो रहा
my,
है मुझे but
my big. What reaction? I just looked at him and sat down.
He sold it to
And
me
he's
also.
thrown
I am
everybody.
also.
Yeah? He's thrown everybody off. And I'm only getting confused. What reaction did I give?
You did. It was a good explanation. So you decided you want to change anybody's answer? No. You're okay. You don't want to use a veto power. देखो, इसीलिए responsible men को veto power दो ना वो लोग ऐसे इस्तेमाल
But
नहीं
who did you say Gulshan?
you.
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure,
Gulshan,
though.
Gulshan,
Just sticking with the.
Dulquer for you is the killer. For you, Adarsh, Dulquer. Okay, Dulquer has 2 people saying it's
I said
Dulquer.
Gulshan.
Okay. So,
Open.
So now open.
the killer has to reveal.
Dulquer is right, I'm the killer.
You're the killer?
No.
Oh my God, Dulquer, not bad. But even I almost thought, because you kept smiling and this thing, I thought it was you.
I tried.
I was
suspicious.
I didn't guess. I didn't guess.
I thought
it
you
was
might have like.
But I did such a good job of like, you know, I go reaction and all.
Yeah.
I got confused. I was like, maybe I've changed my
he
answer
actually,
to others.
you know, this is how it is. See, like he completely diverted her attention towards Dulquer. Everybody's like, nahi, Dulquer.
Because there's no reaction here. He just pretty much opened and shut it. So,
मैंने पहले बोला भी था मैं killer हूँ.
But of course, you were playing the whole reverse psychology.
हाँ, game
You-
समझ में आया अभी.
Of course, reverse psychology, but good. मतलब देख रहे हो आप, देख रहे हो.
see, true to the show, true to the script. The killer.
See, this is the level of entertainment we will provide you.
But I love it. I love
Better
it.
than this, guys, for sure.
Better than this, guys. Okay, we'll quickly ask some fun questions now. We're ending with the last 5 minutes. Are you guys ready? First, I'm going to start with this thing called guns and gulabs. Again, guns standing for things that you don't like,
Okay.
and gulab that you like it. I'm going to tell you the topic name, and you tell me how you feel about that, giving one-liner answers.
Guns बोले तो we don't like, gulab
Yeah,
बोले
like
तो we
if you say
Negative.
Got it.
no, yes, instead of that, we're using guns and
Say
gulab.
like
Okay.
traffic jam, so we can say gun.
Correct. Guns, and then you explain why. Like, why is the problem? Correct.
One line
Absolutely.
explain.
You got it. Okay. Box office numbers.
Gulabs.
And give me a one-line explanation as to why you say it, Gulabs.
It's very hard to get good box office numbers, and the success is that much very sweeter. The stardom that you get from it is also much sweeter. It opens doors, windows, and you empowers you.
Okay. Raj.
Gulaabs, because more the box office number means those many people have seen your
Gulab ही
film.
बोलेंगे.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You can have an interesting perspective of anybody. You never know. What about you, Adarsh?
Gulabs, yeah.
Gulabs?
Yeah.
You want to add something to it?
What they said. I mean, yeah, it feels great. Why not? If people
So
go
that
and
much
watch
harder.
it and makes a lot of money. Yeah.
You.
No, Gulaabs, I think that means most number of eyeballs, most number of people have seen it. And there's no bigger thrill, no bigger enjoyment, no bigger joy than that.
I'm going to give now the subject like verses. So, superstardom, actors. When they say superstars, actors. Guns or Gulabs?
Choose one.
You have to choose. Or you say whatever. You can say Gulabs to both and explain why you're saying this.
Yeah, I would say gulabs to both. Yeah,
And tell me why.
because it is possible. People think it's not. It's impossible.
That you can combine. You think like that is possible.
See, I know that. Like for example, let's take the example of Rajnikant. You know, people really love him, not his characters.
Agreed.
But then a lot of like, particularly me, I know that people love my characters. They don't love me so much. But then if it can get to a level where they love you also, like how they do, love a superstar, but they also love your characters, then that's both, right? And it's much harder to achieve. So that's why Gulabs for both.
What about you?
Gulaabs to both. I think it's not easy to become a superstar
And be an actor along with
and
it.
be an actor together. Yeah, so I think Gulaabs to both. But if I have to choose one, that be a superstar and not an actor, then I would rather choose being an actor.
I appreciate that. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, I think Gulabs to both.
Gulabs to both.
Obviously, yeah. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a superstar and still be a great actor? Yeah. So,
Okay.
it's, yeah, great combination.
Very difficult to pull off the words. Great. What about you, Dulquer?
Gulabs
What is
to-
more important? That was the question, na? Superstardom.
Yeah,
ke
yeah.
liye.
Gulaabs to both. But I would have always chosen actor first.
Yeah.
But recently, like there was a set that I visited, and I just saw this massive dream being sort of coming to life. And
Which
I think Project K.
Ah, of
And
course.
I saw the vision of what they're trying to achieve. I saw the scale at which they were trying to achieve it. And for the first time in my life, I was like, that superstardom means you can greenlight any dream. So there is a beauty in that also. So, you know, a mix of both lets you greenlight any kind of film.
Is something like that you'd also want to do? Something like Project
For the first time in my life, like I was like, oh my God, I wish I had that power to do that. You know, maybe not that.
Like watching Prabhas
that
and
film.
Amitabh and everybody.
No, I mean just the
Scale, na?
The scale,
you know,
the
and
scale.
visually also, like, you know, they're thinking so much into the future and how they were shooting it. And I saw some of the screen grabs, and it was stunning. And I was like, no, you know, I probably couldn't greenlight this film ever.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dating apps.
Guns.
Why? He was so sure he was the guns. Why?
I'm not so much into dating apps, yeah. That's why.
Okay. No, not your scene at all.
No, not at all.
What about you?
I have no idea. I never.
Now you're the married. I know you'll say that. I'm just saying.
even
But
before
also,
that,
this thing came much after we all like settled down.
Correct. But I mean, you know what dating apps are. So what are your idea of it? I mean, your most, a lot of your friends
each
must
to
be.
his own. Yeah, just be a little careful. Yeah.
But guns?
So guns.
Yeah, I guess.
Guns. Okay. What about you?
Yeah, guns. Yeah, I've never spent a lot of time on it. Like before my existing relationship, I was on one for some period, and yeah, it's kind of pointless. And it's also so weird to like become or like I don't know. I just prefer meeting people in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess guns. I mean, I really don't know this world at all. But I mean, things I've heard about it, it isn't. I don't know how many people have met happily ever afters or anything. Like I've had meaningful connections. I mean, I do understand like it doesn't matter how you meet someone. It's just meeting the person. But somewhere it doesn't feel very safe. Also, I feel like you're giving away
Like a
personal
risk.
information or something. You can meet a complete stranger and who knows, just because it whatever, matched or something. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, audition process.
Guns. I just don't enjoy it. I can't get into it. I know it's part of our business and I am comfortable with it and it has its merits, but I just really am.
But you've
rarely-
cracked many. Most of it
Yeah,
is on
I
been on
have,
merit
but I
for
just
you.
don't like. I just can't get into it. I enjoy the whole process of pre-production and reading the script and meeting, and you don't get all of those things. You get like one scene, a couple of scenes, and then
And they judged on that.
yeah, brief narration of the thing. And I mean, I can now get a little more information about the project, or the director will meet me now and take me through. But it's still something that I don't really enjoy. It's not as fun as I want it to be. Personal opinion.
Of course, all is his personal opinion. What about you?
For sure, Gulaabs, because I am what I am today is because of the auditions. And that's the only hope for so many, people who come from outside. That's the only way and that's the only hope, auditions. So I think Gulaabs.
What about you?
Yeah, Gulaabs, I think because it's important to understand what I'm getting into for me as well as the person who's trying to work for me. I mean, honestly, post White Tiger, if there have been some projects which haven't been through an audition, I get even more stressed thinking that, oh shit, now this person has so much trust in me. What if I mess this up?
They haven't taken me for test drive.
Yeah. They haven't really, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Gulaabs otherwise, I think it's a good process to be a part of. Yeah.
Dulquer.
Definitely Gulaabs. I think it democratizes like the whole thing, like the whole process. You allow more people the opportunity to do it. I mean, I've been very privileged to get the opportunities I've got without having to audition. But I think as many opportunities, as many talents can be discovered, the better.
So finally, we have some disagreement on something.
Thank you once again. Definitely my favorite actors all sitting here. I've always admired your work so much. All four of you know that.
Thank you, Rudrani. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
I'm
Rudrani.
sending all lots of gulab and lots of love.
Thank you.
And I'll see you all soon. All the very best for
Thank
Guns
you.
and
Thank you,
Gulabs.
Rudrani.
Thank you.
Thank you.